Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, and welcome to a new series that I'm going to be doing. The Lelouch Power series is still going to be going on, but I wanted to get this video out, and this is going to be a series that's going to be pretty much a special to my first, I'm just going to say my first 20 subscribers, even though I haven't hit it yet. I feel like that once I keep continuing, I'm going to hit a landmark at some point, so I kind of want to have a little celebration. So this will be a 15 to 20 subscriber special. And this is going to be what if Deku had the kioken technique. There's going to be no key in this. The kioken is going to act as a enhancement boost, like how it does in Dragon Ball. But it's only going to enhance, and let's see how this goes, because I just thought of a story to it, and I kind of want to see it. For the channel update, the Technopath series is going to be coming back. Someone recommended it coming back, so it will be coming back as recommended. Another series will be coming out, and that'll be my possibly 100 subscriber special. And it's going to be what if Deku was in an apocalypse scenario. So it's gonna be a big landmark. So if you're watching this and you told me about the apocalypse scenario, your what if is gonna be 100 sub special. So it's gonna be a big landmark, and the person that recommended the what if Deku was a Digimon, I'm having trouble with it, with the what if idea. So I don't know if I'm able to do it. I'm sorry that I can't really do it. I've never watched Digimon before, and I could never really get into it. But if you want to start up that what if on your channel, then absolutely do it, because the idea you gave me could be so well of an idea that, I mean, you pretty much gave yourself a what if in my comments. So if you can do that on your own channel, then I mean you'll skyrocket pretty fast if you can do ideas like that. But anyways, let's get into the what if, and my 3 minutes of rambling will be over. Deku was born one day, and he was a normal child up until he's about 3 years old. When he was hanging out with Bakugo and Bakugo's little group, and they're on the playground when they're, picking on that one kid. And in this what if, quirks manifest at 3 to 4 years old. So Bakugo already has his quirk, and he's picking on a kid, and Deku stands in front of the kid saying, "I'll defeat you and protect this kid." When Bakugo goes to charge up an explosion and hit Deku in the face, a red aura with a green type lightning starts going around Deku, and it's like a loud, high-pitched, screeching kind of noise to it. And they see this and they start running, as Deku would just look at the kid and pick him up, asking if he's okay. And the kid would ask, "What was that?" Deku asking him, "What does he mean?" As the kid would say that there was this weird red glow around him with green light going around him as well. Deku looks down at his hands and he doesn't see it, and he says, "Maybe it's my quirk." A couple years from then pass, but in that time Deku gets his quirk figured out. As the quirk doctor would say, the quirk is called Kaio, and pretty much what it does is a enhancement boost to a very high degree. As Deku would hear this, he'd be happy, thinking that he could finally be like All Might. And in this, his attitude towards heroes is almost like in canon, but he's more laid back and he's more confident in himself instead of the shy Deku we all know and love. So he's more confident in himself and laid back. But he's still a little bit of a fanboy, but not that big. But, as Deku was, going through school one day, they were all asking what their quirks were. As Deku would say, my quirk is called Kaio. Everyone asked what it is. Deku would say it's an enhancement quirk to a magnificent, like a big magnitude scale, or a huge scale. Everyone was impressed by it. Bakugo not being happy, actually being very angry, thinking that Deku might have gotten a quirk that's gonna be as good as All Might's. But it's still not better than his, because he's gonna beat All Might one day. So, their rivalry would go on. They would get into little skirmishes, and Deku never going over a ×5 boost. And in this, Deku's able to hit up to a 10 boost, but if he goes over 10, his body will start aching, and once he gets to 20, he can only use it for about a solid 5 minutes before his body gives out and he has to rest. And he is able to go up to a 30 to 40 boost, but that's only if he really needs to, like he's pretty much about to die and he has to use it to survive. And this is the same day, the last day, like in canon, where the teacher comes with the papers saying, I know you all want to be students going to UA. Throwing out the papers as everyone would start using their quirks, as Deku's just sitting there and just reading through his journals. As the teacher would say, we have 2 students, one to go into UA here. As he would say, Bakugo Katsuki and Izuku Midoriya. Everyone being a little shocked to hear, or everyone being not shocked or like making fun of him, but everyone like clapping and cheering. But Bakugo would give his little speech as Deku would just power up to a ×10, and this red aura fills the room as everyone just looks at him, and Bakugo sitting down as Deku would power it off, saying thanks. Pretty much saying to Bakugo, don't do it unless you want to get punched so hard that you'll be flying through the roof. So, after that day, Deku decided to walk home as he's taking the path underneath the bridge, as the Slimeville would peek out to see this kid walking underneath, as he would think he would be an easy target to get his body. So the Sludge would pop out saying, hey kid, give me your body. I didn't know All Might was in town, so I need to get out of here. Deku asking, why do you need to flee? You don't really need to unless you've done something bad. As Deku would get the idea in his head saying, oh, I get it. As Deku would get powered up to a ×10 and send a punch towards the sludge villain, pretty much hitting it, and as soon as it did, the sludge villain just splattered. As Deku would breathe a sigh of relief, saying that his duty as a hero is done, as he would just stroll off with his hands in his pockets. And as All Might did see this, he was witnessing it from around the corner. He would pick up the sludge villain in a bottle, and he would walk up to Deku, asking him if he's alright and what's his quirk, because that was pretty powerful, kid. As Deku would look at All Might and say, oh hey All Might, and my quirk is called Kaio. All Might would ask what it does, as Deku would give the explanation that it pretty much boosts all of his abilities that he would use in a fight, such as speed, strength, reflexes, and his senses, such as sight, smell, hearing, and I'm not going to say taste, because taste for a fight would be useful. So it boosts his hearing, sight, smell, and feeling, like feeling where things would be at, like touch. As All Might would be very, very impressed and intrigued by this. He would ask him if he's going to be going to UA. Deku would say, yes, I am. And All Might would ask him if he wants to train with him someday. Deku would say yes, and All Might would give him his phone number as he would jump off. Slight field incident doesn't occur because Deku didn't grab onto his leg, so no Bakugo in the sludge. And as Deku was arriving home, he told his mom that he met All Might today, and he got his number, and that he's going to be training with him over the 10 months till the UA entrance exam. His mom was surprised and happy that he's finally going to be achieving his goal. Him saying, yeah, I'm going to head to my room now and start studying a little bit, maybe get some training in. She would say okay, as they would just split off. Now, over the next few weeks, Deku would meet up with All Might and train with him, and pretty much just build up his abilities and making his body tougher to where he can stand the ability of up to about 25, almost 30%, or almost 30 times boost for the kioken, but not holding it for long. But he's able to hold a 20 times boost for longer. As the final day for the training with All Might and Deku, they would have a sparring match. As Deku would charge up to a 20 times boost, pretty much almost toe-to-toe with All Might. As All Might would, after about an hour passing, All Might was happy to know that Deku's abilities and training has come far, and his body is more built than before. Instead of being a giant walking muscle head, he's more like in canon, but a little bit more built. As Deku would thank All Might, as he was about to walk away, as All Might would stop him, asking him if he wants to be his successor. Deku asks him what he means, as All Might would give the explanation about his quirk. Deku thinking about it for a minute, and bear with me, this will be really interesting, what I do with this idea. As Deku would say, sure, as All Might would give him the hair, as he would, get it, and he would get one for all. And I know having a kioken does destroy your body, like one for all, but on a much lower scale. But with this, one for all doesn't give him a strength boost necessarily. It gives him more of a, like, his body gets more defined, which means he can take more hits, so his durability goes skyrocketing to the point where he can hold on to a 40 times boost longer. His healing abilities, pretty much, it's almost like a slow regeneration, but not a really good one. And pretty much other things besides what the kioken can do are boosted, so health, regeneration, pretty much boosted up, as well as dexterity and durability. I don't know what dexterity means, but I'm saying it's there. So, as Deku would arrive at UA, doing the written exam like in canon, passing it, he still has the same smarts, but he's more witty about himself. And he's more confident, and he's more laid back. So he's pretty much like Bond from the Seven Deadly Sins, as well as like a small Bakugo. So he's pretty confident in himself. Not cocky, but he's laid back, and he's pretty smart. But as they would arrive in the auditorium to do the explanation for the robots, Bakugo was just sitting there telling, I'm gonna kill you, I'll kill you, you damn Deku, you nerd. Deku would just look at him, just hitting him in the back of the neck, pretty much knocking him out as he was grab his head before it slams down on the desk, just letting it rest there quietly, so Ida doesn't stand up and shout that you're disturbing others, and the explanation go on, as Deku would pretty much wake up Bakugo before they all left, as Bakugo would wake up with his mouth covered, because he doesn't want to shout as the explanation was still going on. And once they get to their testing grounds, Deku would start stretching as he was at the front, and he didn't trip, so he never met Uraraka yet. So he's just sitting up at the front stretching. Uraraka's standing next to him as she looks at him and asks what he's doing. He says that he's stretching and getting ready for this. As she would say, getting ready for what? As Deku would say, well, once he's gate open, I say, if you want to rush in with me, let me know. She asks what he means, and he said that he's going to give himself a 20 times boost with his ability, and he's going to run in there. So if you want to go in there first with me, grab onto my hand, and I'll rush us in there as fast as I can. She would reluctantly say okay, kind of thinking that he's a little bit weird, but he's a nice guy anyway, so she's going to trust him. And if you guys want Uraraka and Deku to be a ship, let me know. But if you guys want to pick the ship, just comment it, and I'll take the majority vote. But as Deku was proceeding to get ready, as soon as the doors are opening, Deku shouts, "Kioken times 20," as just giant red aura just flows past everyone as Deku's covered in a red aura and green lightning, just flashing around him. As Uraraka looks at him a little stunned, as she asks, "What is that?" as he would say, "This is my quirk. It's called Kaio. Pretty much, it's like a giant boost to my abilities for combat." She would get some sparkly eyes, as she would admire the colors of his aura and the lightning around him, as she would also ask, "How strong is he now?" as Deku would say, "I can probably keep up with All Might if I need to." She would be surprised to hear this, as he would say, "So are you ready?" reaching out his hand, pretty much waiting for her to grab it. She would say yes, as he would grab her hand as soon as the doors opened, and he would rush in there. Pretty much windows from the testing buildings are blown out as he's rushing in there. Everyone's shouting that he needs to wait for President Mike to do a countdown, as President Mike says there's no countdown for a villain attack, go, go, go. As Deku rushes to the middle of the town and stopping, as he holds onto Uraraka's hand and she's like almost about to fly past her, as he catches her and just sets her down as saying, "Sorry about that, still kind of getting used to the speed of this little boost." She would say, "It's fine. So where are we now?" as he would say, "We're in the center of the testing grounds." She would ask what that means, as he would say, "We're right in the center of the entire training fake city we have." As she would look behind, as all there's shattered glass and some broken chips off the building sides and walls. As she would ask if he did that, he would look back and says, "Wait, I did that?" She would kind of chuckle, thinking that he's a numbskull, that he didn't even know his own quirk did that. As Deku was thinking to himself that he just became a whole lot stronger than he thought. Maybe I should keep it down to a 10% from now on, just in case. Deku proceeding to say to Uraraka that he'll be around if he need me, as he would just give her a piece of paper that pretty much had his number on it, saying, "If you need me, call me, we can train. I feel like we're going to have a good friendship." and hopefully I can see you in, as he jumps, and he turns on, and he gets boosts up to 10% as he says bye, giving a little two-finger salute as he just speeds off, going in one of the directions, destroying everything in his way. Her thinking that he's a weird guy, but he may become a strong hero one day. Hopefully we'll see each other again. As Deku's going around destroying 1-pointers, 2-pointers, and 3-pointers, getting himself up to about 80 points, thinking that this is enough, as he just proceeds to run around helping people that need it, gaining about 5 to 10 points in rescue and hero points, which he didn't even know were there. He just wanted to help. People thanking him as they would destroy the robots that were about to hurt them. As Deku would get a call on his phone, him taking it out and seeing it's a random number, him answering it saying hello, as Uraraka would say, "Help, I'm caught under some rubble, and there's this big this big robot about to step on me." Deku would look up, seeing the robot, as he would say, "So she's right under there, okay." As he would say, "Alright, be there in 1 second." And she would say, "What?" As he would hang up the phone and just boost up to a 30, as he would just sprint right in front of the robot, and he was there in a second. She would say, "Help," as he would say, "Got it," as he would say, "times 40. Just instantly flashing right in front of the robot, punching it like he does in canon. But instead, there's a giant wave of air just going everywhere through the city, and the robot is pushed back really far, pretty much to the edge of the city. As Deku would fall down, turning off his boost for his kioken, as Uraraka would get out from under the rubble, she would float out and she would slap his hand instead of his face, as he would just start to float. As then he would get his feet underneath him and sitting down, as she was falling down from the rubble because she was about to puke and pass out, as he would catch the rubble right over him, holding it above his head, and he would set it down as she would proceed to throw up. Him asking if she's okay, her saying yes, let's just see if I can get to Recovery Girl, him saying okay, as he would pick her up and carry her on his back over to Recovery Girl, as she would heal them both just in case. And the buzzer would go off as the entrance exam was over. President Mike saying that the entrance exam is over. You can head home and your results will be there to your house in about a week. Deku's pretty much saying sweet out loud, as he would give like a little wave of goodbye to everyone, as he would just disappear in a flash, using his times 10 boost, just sprinting out of there. After about 3 minutes of running, he's standing in front of the UA gates. Him turning around and looking at the school with his hands on his sides, then putting them in his pockets, saying, "This is going to be a fun adventure." And then him just looking back to the road outside the entrance, outside the gates, as he would start to walk out thinking, let's see how much stronger I can get before I graduate. And that's where I'm going to leave it off for this first part. I hope you guys enjoyed. This will pretty much be a special, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. I'm sorry about the Digimon series that I promised you if you're watching this. It may not happen, even though I said it would, but in order for me to get it, I have to watch Digimon, and I'm not really a fan of Digimon or Pokemon, in fact, so if I'm asked to do a Digimon or Pokemon series, if I do the Pokemon series, it's because I'll look it up on the Wikipedia about that abilities of it and its backgrounds, and how it may be found and all that, but other than that, it's probably not going to happen, I'm sorry. And the 100 sub special for the Apocalypse series is going to happen, so that series is going to come out, and there's going to be about 2 or 3 more videos coming out today, which may be interesting. And part 5 of What If Lelouch's Powers is coming out as well, so I'll see you guys in the next part, and hope you guys enjoy this series. The main questions I want to know is, what ship do you guys want in this series, if you guys like this series, and, do you think that, what's the furthest kioken boost Deku should have? So far I have it at 40. If you guys think it should be lowered to how much Goku can do, which is 20, then let me know, but just let me know what you guys think. If you guys like it, I'll keep it and I'll keep going, but if you don't, then just tell me and I will cancel the series. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.